All right, guys, and welcome back. If you can't tell, it doesn't look like a GMC Sierra behind me. It's actually a 2024 Suburban RST. I know what you're gonna say. It better have the Duramax in it. It does not, and there's some reasons why, but let me give you a walk around. I'm telling you it's for a good reason, so just bear with me, all right? It's not the worst thing that could happen. So, 2024 RST Suburban. She's gorgeous. This was a lot vehicle. I know you guys are wondering what the heck's going on. You're gonna hear me dodging rain bullets here. They got big old fat rain, but this was a off the lot Suburban. I actually saw it back in like December, and I happened to be able to capitalize off of the fact that GM in general was doing very poor on sales. So you can tell it's not as geared towards off-road, but I really do love the trucks. And to be honest with you, at this time in my life, for what I've been doing, let me get around here so I can talk to you. For what like where my life is right now with my family, and you know, taking care of my mom, taking her places, vacations and stuff like that, I needed something like this. The truck just wasn't getting the job done anymore. There's also a few other things I want to get into, but you can see the Suburban, gorgeous. I love the way this thing looks. It's got plenty of power for what I need, and tons of enclosed cargo capacity. So you're going to tell me, okay, well, why don't you just get like a camper top or something like that? Well, they're easy to break into. Some would say that this is as well. However, with 75,000 plus miles on the Sierra, I had in 3 years and change, I had very little bargaining room left on that. I had a little bit of residual value. I was able to get rid of that, turn that in, and then get this off the lot. And they were like, for whatever reason, General Motors was just doing very poorly at the time, so I got a smoking deal. I'm still paying out the rear end for it. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm paying for it. I just, for my job situation and the fact that I'm no longer driving 30,000+ miles a year, I have a lot more money available to me that I just swung over to basically pay for this. For what I have to do, the 7 miles or so, this does really well. But let's get inside, take a look around, see what's doing. Like I said, this is not like, I'm just gonna throw my old GoPro here so you guys can kind of see what's going on. It's a lot of the same and a lot of different in here. You'll see a lot of the stuff looks similar to the 2021. I mentioned, and I'll probably say it again when I'm on the road here, but like, from here down looks very similar to the Sierra. From here up, it's a better infotainment system. It doesn't have the gigantic one, and that, I guess that's reserved for the luxury ones, but this is more than enough. Very similar looking, plenty of cup holders. It's got the leather seats with the heated leather. They moved the brake controller over to this side now, and starting to pour now, of course. But one of the things, obviously, the main reason I get this thing is, it's got a ridiculous panoramic sunroof. That's not the reason I got it, but pretty awesome. The front section opens. This top all opens up. This back area folds all the way down to the point, and this is really cool. You got the lever here once. It's down flat, so you can do this on both sides, and it's electric in the back here. You hit it a second time, and it makes it very easy for you to get in the back. And back here, and this is where I'll try to get in here a little bit, and pardon me for the camera move. I'm going to just move this like this and plop down. I'm going to pull this chair back so you guys can see. I am not a tiny dude. And pull that back. There we go. And then I'm going to pull the lever here. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. But when these are all the way back, and I pull this up, there is still, and let me see if I can get this for you. You can see a ton of room here for someone my size. And this is all the way back over here, but you can see there is plenty of room. And still back here you can, and there's, lighting's not great, but you got the button here to let you out, so you can hit that button, the whole thing goes down. USB-C on both sides, right there. It's pouring right now. And back here, tons of cargo room. Remember, this whole thing folds down, and I will eventually do that, so we'll open that up. But And this, you know, you probably don't have, let me see if I can turn the light on. All right, let's see. I got a little bit more light. We're going to turn it around and see. All right. So part of the reason I do this is I also am a closeted truck bed camper enthusiast, and I really enjoy watching videos of guys making the most out of their trucks. For this, what I wanted to do is give it a shot in a Suburban. Now I realize it's probably more closer to glamping than it is actual camping. But what's cool is I can, you know, I can do quite a bit of different stuff with this. I can take this, bang, folds that down. You can see it, and I'll do it with this one so you guys can see. Just hit that. Oops, sorry, hit that, whammo, and there she goes. Right, it's folded down. You know, hit it again, folds up, and you're out. Hit it again. Hit it again, boing. That's pretty sick, you know. And you got all this room if you need to store more stuff. You know, stack it up pretty high if you only have 2 passengers in here. One of the things I think is really cool, and I'm going to open up the back, and it's that center button right there. We'll open the rear up. Let me get this here. That guy, doink. We're going to open that up, and we're going to run around and hopefully not get soaked. Grab this rag here. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Oh, doing a video in the rain. Oh. All right, we're going to hang out right back here. But, so, you can set to different heights. There's tons of cargo room. But what I really love about this is if you hit these guys, boom, and hold that down. You can also hit these twice and you get the same thing here, right? Like, so you can get, now I'm going to step back out into the rain here so you can kind of see, an absolutely insane amount of storage capacity. But what I can also do, which is interesting, is I get a fairly flat, like a smaller one, like maybe 4-inch thick. I could put a mattress back here and sleep and still leave this back open. I got a power outlet here, standard 110. There's a 110 underneath the console there. Might be a little hard to see. Let's bring these guys back up. Boom. All right, we're gonna close this and run around the other side here. All right. Bring this up. There we go. Fold that up. And then you just grab the seat and kind of fold it back that way. That automatically folds up. And you do the same thing for the other side, right? So I'm going to walk back around. You can see blue sky. There's blue sky over there. But, of course, when I wanted to do the video, it starts pouring. So that's the way it's going to go. There we go. And we pull that up. Down, up, that, back. There we go. Now seats are all the way back. Like I said before, tons of room. I'm not even touching on all the awesome stuff that this thing has. Has more than enough towing capacity to tow the trailer and the SS on it. And I say SS or GTO because GTO is going to be getting a new life here very soon. But let's I just have a little secret that I didn't really show you guys. And within about a week of me owning it, I ended up putting a Corsa Performance exhaust on it. Oh yeah, that sounds mighty nice. If it wasn't pouring, I'd do some driving videos for you and get some of that sound on it. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get that per se, but we'll see what we can do about getting that at a later date. No. So I did, you know, I barely touched on it. I'm trying to just do a quickie video of this just to show you what I'm doing, why I'm doing. Let's get some road video. I did the road video before this, so it's gonna seem a little out. I may repeat some things on it, but I'll also explain why, you know, a little bit more detail why I ended up getting the vehicle. I love it. So far, I have had zero regrets getting it other than the price tag. Price tag's ridiculous. I just kind of forget that I'm having to pay for it and I just do it. But overall, I have like almost, I have no complaints at this point. It is a 5.3 10-speed. I had to add the 10-speed just because now after having the truck, I can't live without it. But 5.3 I've had in numerous trucks previously. More than enough power for what I need. I don't, you know, I'd love to have the 6.2. This is already expensive enough. I don't want to buy, I don't want anything else. And this was like right off the lot, right? So I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna complain. This was about as good as I could possibly get. And then, you know, they got their standard wheels on it. These are nice tires, the Bridgestones. I'm always pretty happy with the Bridgestones. On these, the 22s, it's, I think it's, yeah, it's a 275 50 22. Very nice ride quality on it. I've ridden in some pretty heavy, like some muddy terrain so far on it. It's been pretty fine. You can see it's got the cap where the class 4 is, so no issues with hooking up any of the other trailer balls. We were down as my wife's Jeep. You notice it's got a best top on it now. Got her that for Mother's Day / birthday. I didn't do an install video on that, mainly because it was I had somebody come in and do it as part of the sale to buy the top. It was like another $200 to just have somebody come in and do it, and I'm glad I did, because this dude did like probably, I want to say 200 tops so far in his career, and he did an awesome job. Super easy. We'll do a quick review on that as well when it's not raining. But we're gonna be doing a little bit of work on the Jeep. A lot more to come on this, of course. We'll do we'll do a fuel mileage thing, because some people are obsessed with that. I may pop these covers off, put the tow hitches in the front, tow rings in the front, but overall I'm super satisfied with it. I know guys are gonna be upset. We'll give you a little bit of ride along videos now, me, you know, continuing to yap. But for me now, this is the right decision. I'm really happy with it, and this guy I'm hoping to keep for a very, very long time. So let's get in the car. Let's do a little bit more ride along, a little bit more interior stuff, and you know, hopefully you guys, I can turn you guys around on getting rid of the truck. All right, we're in the inside here. We're on our way. We're gonna go rinse this thing off. You've already gotten the tour around the outside of the Suburban, but the inside is quite a bit different than the Sierra that I had. And I apologize, my voice is just trashed. I don't know, I'm dealing with something. Plus, my sons are really into competitive swimming now, and my older son, they both did awesome this year. My older son qualified for like an invitational that's like, you know, postseason, so it's pretty awesome. But yesterday during the event, I was doing a ton of like cheering / yelling, so the voice is done. But it also looks like it's gonna pour, so that's awesome. Especially because I'm going to rinse the car off. But anyhow, the inside of the Suburban is, I'll tell you, there's a lot that's familiar with it, and then there's a lot that is different from the original one. And I got the camera back there so you can kind of see the front. Now once I stop, I'll go and do the rest of the inside and kind of give you an idea of it. But the gauge cluster, or I'm sorry, the center console from here down is extremely similar to the Sierra that I had, the 2021 Sierra. Here up, I've got the better screen. Remember, this is an RST model, so it's got like middle upper trim level. The gauge cluster is infinitely better on, or I'd say more advanced, got more stuff on it, and I'll slap a camera in here to go through it. This is the upgraded setup for infotainment. It's all digital gauges, there's no analog gauges like my Sierra. Steering wheel is identical. Has the heated seats like my original Sierra did. Has a couple different things because as auto start stops a little different. It was down here, and you guys can see it from back here. It was down here on the Sierra. It's over here now, as well as the auto brake control, like the brake control, which I had to have. If I'm getting anything that is a family hauler or has to haul the car trailer, which more on that later, then it's got to have a brake controller. I just don't feel like adding that later. Again, as the auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, standard 2-wheel, parking brake, lane departure assist. It's got all that jazz on it, traction control. I got to show you the 360 camera stuff. I don't know how well this will pick it up, but you can see when we're stopped, I can see behind us, I can see down. This is awesome for parking, and I'll show this. Hopefully you can see it. It's widescreen right now, so you may not see it very well. I'll do another tutorial on that once I'm not driving. But of course, I'm sitting right now waiting for a train, as you can see from here. You know, you already saw the walk around from before. It is a beautiful truck. I love the options on it. Again, leather seats. It is very dirty. Like I said, it's already dirty in here. One thing you can't fault me on is I'm a dude who uses his stuff. So I've already driven. I've got 5,249 miles on it. 2,000 of those miles were within the first couple weeks of having the vehicle. I drove back and forth to Florida for work, so I got reimbursed for all that. So it was awesome. But it was, you know, it now has the independent rear suspension. That's, you know, I had the live axle in the Sierra. With the independent suspension, in some cases you do get a little bit more bounciness, but overall ride quality, especially for longer trips, is phenomenal. It is so smooth. Now, granted, I have larger wheels, and obviously we'll go through that, you know, on the walk around. But yeah, I guess, you know, once I get out, we'll do a lot of these things. But I figured I'd answer some of the questions of why did you do it. So, long story short, yeah, after my dad passing away, which you guys are aware of, most of you, yeah, I take my mom around a lot, and I didn't like how it was more difficult for her to get in and out of the truck. She had a couple close calls there when stepping on the side steps on the truck, and you know, she did not, even though she said she was comfortable in the back, she did not look comfortable in the back of that truck. There was plenty of room, but the cool thing about this is that I have let's see, because of the independent suspension, there's an additional, I believe it's additional 8 inches of legroom all the way in the back. So now my boys are getting bigger. They can sit all the way in the back and zero complaints. I can sit in the back, and I'm a big boy. I'm a very big boy, and there's plenty of room for me to sit all the way in the back. There's plenty of room to sit in the back here, and there's still tons of cargo room. This is the biggest vehicle, standard passenger vehicle, that General Motors offers. I did get, instead of the bench seat that can do, you know, you can do 8 to 9 passengers depending on who you're talking to. I purposely did the captain's chairs just so my kids are separated. You can get into the back easier. The benches, the captain's chairs fold down really easily, and I'll go through all that to show you because it's really cool. It is very. The one thing I really do like about this, between this and the bench seats Suburban that I had way back when, is everything is super efficient working on this. And I'll show you, it's electric. In my opinion, like, I didn't get the cooled seats. I can't afford it. I'm telling you, I love the diesel, but I will be very candid with you. It did not like the short trips. Something about 7 miles, like when I was going back and forth to to Maryland, it loved it. It was like you just kind of point. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Point and shoot that thing, and you know, it would knock off 400 miles a day, or I'm sorry, 210 miles a day. You know, 1,000 miles a week. Like it was nothing. You know, it sipped fuel 30 miles per gallon, but man, you know, it became very, very pedestrian once it got back. You know, once I was driving back and forth to work for 7 miles. It also, a lot of the weird gremlins that some folks started to see started cropping up on my truck. I noticed that I was starting to smell the antifreeze a lot. I also started getting some weird transmission things occurring. I'll just leave it at that. I figured, you know what? I'm sitting at about 75,000 miles. There's still plenty of residual value in this thing. I took it in. I got a whole bunch of stuff done, you know, tuned up on it, and I traded it in. And this was a vehicle that was on the lot, so I was able to very easily just get in, get the vehicle. I got in when General Motors was having a very, very slow period of time selling these things, and I lucked out. So I will tell you, I got a great deal on this. I will also tell you that I am paying a lot of money for this, and the only reason why I can do that is because of what I did those 3 or 4 years driving back and forth the Middle River. Let's see, let's get lined up here, getting her rinsed off. So, funny story, it's now pouring. Just got done cleaning the car up, vacuuming it all out from summer vacation down the shore. Got about 10 pounds of sand out of it, and this is what I'm rewarded with. I'm rewarded with pouring rain after getting it all cleaned up. But you can see, hopefully you can see right there, the camera, backup camera, and you can see it's, I don't really have a good thing. I'll do this with the iPhone. Alright, so we're like cutting to the iPhone here, and I'm not, you know, this is going to be a little shaky when I do it, but you can see from the top down, you can see how I can park it. And this thing is great because at slow speeds, you can see here, and now you can see there's a car behind it, but it has this 360 camera vision type deal that works out really nice for when you're trying to park this thing, because it's weird. Like, my truck is big, this is also very big, but it has a lot more blind spots comparatively to the truck, because you kind of just swing the truck around. So hopefully, as I'm backing this out, you can actually see what I'm doing here. But that, you know, you get really good view, and then what it does is switch to your front camera, which is pretty cool. And now you can see pulling out of the spot. It does not stay on. It does change what it offers you once you get over a certain speed. It'll only allow you to see the trailer ball, which is also cool because then you can kind of check on your stuff to make sure that it's safe. But I'm gonna switch back to talking to the camera here. All right, guys. Well, we're back. It's still raining. I can't win. I hope you guys. I hope I can help turn the corner with some of you guys. I really did love the 3-liter 10-speed for what I was doing at the time. When I was driving 1,000 miles a week. I put 36,000 miles on it a year. In 2 years, I put almost 70 something. It was like 67,000 miles on it. And then when I was driving, I barely put 3. Like, I put in the following year it was like another 7. So, like I said, I'm not going to really get into it. I might do a video separately for that, but I can tell you the 3-liter just needs to be driven long distance. It needs to be worked like a diesel should be. It does not. It didn't like the 7 miles of driving a day. Didn't get a chance to really warm up. Some weird little gremlins started cropping up. Nothing that like I couldn't that I like wouldn't be able to deal with. But this opportunity presented itself. My guy at Barlow Chevrolet in Delran got the job done, Dave Simonowski. So shout out. And yeah, I appreciate what the guys did for me. I'm lucky to get this thing. But Appreciate you guys watching. A lot more to come on this. Stay tuned. We got a lot happening with the SS again, so you're gonna think I'm an idiot on that too, but trust me, we're doing a little bit different this time. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.